ready. Let's go over these rosters very quickly. On team, I am very adopted. We have Under on Medic, Arxen on Demo. We're going to have Spec Deck on Roamer and Midnight on Pocket, and then Knight and Pockets playing Scout, filling out that last slot. For Adopted and on RuneScape, we've been over them once, but let's look at them again. Korax and Kuza, the Scouts. Polar and Velocity, the Soldiers. Arch on Demo, and Missa, the female gamer. Let's keep those pronouns straight on Medic. So we have a great team ready to go. This is the semifinal of the North America / South America Newbie Mix Cup for Team Fortress 2 6v6, sponsored by Comp.tf. If I just keep saying that, maybe we'll finally start.
I don't know. It's we'll go with that theory though. Hey, we haven't talked about prizes. There's actual stuff on the line for this. The winners of the competition will get 6 keys each, or for each team. So every player gets a key. Which,
wow, generous donation.
I think that all comes from Kaneko's pocket, so it actually is quite amazing the amount of work and dedication he's put into this. But we are going live. Ladies and gentlemen, I see Missa on Engineer. Oh no, that's the Medic. Oh my goodness, just a little bit late with that rollout. That could be huge, but we'll see as we go ahead and find the first, see this first mid-fight. Why don't you take it away, Shredder?
Alright.
You were absolutely not saying anything right there. But Polar goes down immediately as Adopted being very, very aggressive here. They already have their Medic up on the point. The point is capped, and they're just filing through choke right now as Miss is the only one left alive for Rune. No, she gets targeted down. And what a crazy aggressive mid-fight right there from Adopted. They may be adopted, but their parents still love them. Let's see if this Scout can get on. That's Midnight, and he is on. Oh my goodness. That was, I think, the fastest
too fast
I've ever seen. I barely had time to catch my breath. Okay, so you're doing this one because you didn't talk at all.
I definitely talked. I just forgot my shift button. But on this one, we will have both medics being not AFK, so we'll get a little bit more of a fair mid-fight. Blue Demo coming in through choke. He's going to be able to spam out. He is getting focused down by a scout, but Scout's buddy do come back. Aggressive soldier jump out of, I want to say, maybe Polar, but Mista goes down, Kuz goes down, Knight and Under, so there's going to be no heals on either team. RuneScape already with super low health, they're losing players. Polar's the last one up, he does get taken down, and another wipe from RuneScape, another mid-fight to Adopted, and they should be able to take the second point off of this too. However, they do not have their medic, so we will be able to see a final fight on the last point. A little bit more entertaining, let's say, than that last round, because the last round was a little bit of a roll.
I think that's the definition of a roll, but as you said, losing Under really stopped the momentum of Adopted. They will be able to push on to second here. Doesn't look like RuneScape is going to contest it. Probably the right choice at this point, as they have 2 snipers up. Interesting on last. Oh, no, one has gone to heavy, so Polar will be on that heavy weapons man, and trying to get these overheals as looks like Red is going to be trying to be hold lobby right here, so trying for a little bit more forward hold than just falling back at last.
And with Knight down, this is a little bit more reasonable play. We have to check up in balcony. There, it's a Scout and Soldier. Spec Deck and Pockets are up in Riverside. If they can get through, they might be able to get a sneaky little back cap happening.
Adopted has been waiting quite a bit though, and the Uber is finally popped right here. It's the crits! They've been only under crits this entire time! Wow, we are terrible casters, but they come through and absolutely dominant again! What? That was all Arxen with that crit sticky to clear off the point and then continue pushing in with the rest of his team. It's 2-0. Adopted. Wow.
That was
the crit.
Totally unexpected.
Alright, so let's check on these metiguns. Okay, so Adopted is back on the regular metagun, and so is Missa.
Alright, so a little bit fewer shenanigans happening this time. You would like to see that when both medics go down, it probably is a good call to switch to crits. But didn't really push fast enough to take advantage of it. Nevertheless, Arxen coming in, going to be doing great things. My HUD is lagging a little bit, so I can't really see what people are doing. I do see 3 down for RuneScape and very bad health. Looks like Adopted are in a position to take this round again.
Yeah, Kuza came in and killed Adopted's medic, and he's just having a crazy time staying alive. We saw that from him as well on Granary. He's just really, really good at dodging. However, he can't escape both Scout and Devilman at mid, and Adopted will be able to take this point. Again, they lost their medic, so watch Under, see what he pulls out of his sleeve in terms of medigun. It looks like it's regular.
Medigun. Yeah.
I am disappointed.
Uber advantages will be not really any advantage at all. No advantage. But we do get to see both teams getting their buffs. It looks like Adopted kind of wants to push, but I would advise a pick first. You definitely don't necessarily want to go in 6-on-6 unless you're sure that you have the better DM.
They've just been so aggressive, though. I think this is the first time they've actually stopped and waited for something to push on, which of course is the right strategy at this point. But we'll see if they're able to do it. We've seen they're very, very good at the rolling and continued momentum, but of course playing a little more refined strategy of wait and pick and see is going to be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, and we're just kind of stalemated out. Looks like both teams are waiting for a pick before they make anything happen. Usually you don't see like a suicide scout like you met on last up into, you know, some pick class. It's a little bit harder. There is a scout hiding above that choke point. Usually you see a soldier there. I'm kind of wondering what Kuza's doing. But of course I'm sure he has something in mind.
Yeah, it is interesting. Looks like he's going to fall back, though, and still have no push or anything yet, as there's no picks going on. Everyone's just kind of poking at each other. It's the awkward shoot from far away fight, but it looks like finally Blue is going to push in here through the choke. Uber is popped, as well as Red Uber. No frags exchanged as everyone is staying alive. A huge jump from the Demo Man to get on top of the overhang right there and try to spam out Red Medic, but Missa, it looks like, is going to survive. No, she's got 10 health, 15 health. She is going down. Huge pick from Spec Deck, able to take out the opposing Medic, but looks like Soldier and Demo Man and Scout then are still alive for RuneScape and will be able to clean up a little bit. But in comes that overhealed Midnight and Under.
Adopted are only 2 up, 1 just is a quick respawn, but they're going to get bombed really hard now. We're going to have to see, oh, and there we go, Under does get taken down. Midnight finishes him off, but I'm not sure if that's exactly what you want to do, losing your medic. Miss is going to have a solid advantage by the time Under respawns.
Yeah, it was a really ballsy move for that combo to stay in at second after they lost everybody else. If the medic would have stayed alive, definitely would have paid off. But this is also a very ballsy move of bringing Missa out, trying to contest second right here. Probably bad ballsy move right there, as medic does go down, and that's going to buy Adopted now an Uber advantage. So RuneScape taking whatever advantage they might have had and handed it over neatly on a platter to Adopted. Bad decision right there. We'll see if they can regroup and put up some solid defense here at last.
There are sticks on the front door. We'll see if they catch anyone out, but no, it looks like they will not. I'm looking to see Adopted just kind of push through. I don't know if this is enough of an Uber advantage to really make anything happen. If it is, they're going to have to be super precise with their push. Need to push it like almost exactly 100%, maybe start pushing like 90. But we'll try to see what their sort of playstyle is.
We do have a Sniper and Heavy both up for RuneScape on this defensive last. The Heavy is getting some of those sweet overheals, so that's going to be definitely a huge barrier to overcome in terms of capping last. We'll see how well the calls and comms are for Adopted in terms of targeting down that Heavy, which is going to be essential in this push. We do have 100% ready, and it looks like Adopted was building, so now they have a little bit of advantage. They're actually going to push off for it. Oh, a huge sticky trap goes off and sends the medic flying across the way. Missa had that Uber, but didn't pop it, tried to fall back and spawn. She goes down. Huge losses all over for both teams, but this medic is still alive for Adopted, and they will be able to keep the 2 soldiers alive and cap the point, so it is 3-0.
Good halves being exchanged, but I think that Uber drop really cost them, because with that Uber they probably could have come back, even just blocked the point, contested, you know, done a little something better than all die. Nevertheless, props to Adopted for being able to push off of that immediately, having the call just been like, boom, she's down, let's go. And taking that point, taking a 3-0 lead in this half. Of course, we are playing to 5, so just 2 more. 2 more for Adopted, and then we'll be moving on to our grand finals best of 3.
Oh man, I had something to say. It was really good too, just believe me that I had something really interesting to say. But yeah, so nice move right there. Like you said, good coordination from the Adopted team. Now I'm going to be mad that I can't think of it. You talk while I think about my really interesting point that I had.
Alright, well, it looks like we are going to be switching colors, so now Adopted is going to be on red, Rune is going to be on blue, so we'll have to keep an eye on that and try not to be too confused. Looks like teams are almost ready to go again. Usually you don't see halves that take too long. People are already warmed up, people are anxious and ready to go. If I were RuneScape right now, I would probably be rediscussing my strategy, because on these mid-fights, they're kind of getting wiped continuously, and it's not necessarily a DM thing, it's more of a positioning thing. Just Adopted getting out there so quickly and being able to take control of especially that midpoint. We're just able to spam out RuneScape, focus fire, and take control.
And we do have logs already up for the first half, so shout out to Ducky or Kaneko, whoever did that. Let's take a look at those real quick. I'm not great at reading logs, because I'm not a numbers person. Are you looking at the logs?
Yeah, well, there are lots of numbers up here. The key things to look at are spec deck. We're actually getting 10 kills, and only 2 deaths. The deaths on Adopted are really solid, like really low solid. Knight's the only one with any deaths above 5. Under did die 4 times, but he didn't drop any Uber. It actually looks like
we're actually live. We're actually live with the second half, so sorry about that. So Missa did not drop Uber. That's interesting. Okay, I must have called that wrong. But anyway, red coming out here very aggressively, and that is Adopted, but they did not account for the soldier behind the ranks, and that is Polar, who's done a great job roaming in the first match we saw him. Not so fantastic this time, but definitely getting that pick on the medic is going to be huge. Keep those Ubers even. Sorry to interrupt you. What were you saying?
No problem. I think we should just bring it back and talk a little bit more about this scrappy mid-fight where respawns are going to be coming in. Red did get the point, but teams aren't really together yet. There's a scout way out, caught out by Choke. He does get taken down by Knight. That was Korax being caught out, and it looks like Adopted will be able to take the second point without too much trouble. Just another really good team play. They were able to stick together. In terms of logs, I was saying that it is kind of shocking. Missa did not actually drop Uber according to that log, so I'm not sure what we saw. But
I don't know either. But Missa, interesting enough, is on crits right now. And they actually have a little bit of Uber disadvantage. We'll see. That's
both
because
crits.
Both are crits. Oh boy, crits versus crits is always really fun and kind of a crapshoot about who can get that first sticky off or whatever off. We'll keep an eye on it, as it 100% is now up for Adopted, but their demo man Arxon is down. So usually, but they're gonna pop anyway in lobby right now. Missa goes down with some nice shots out of this pocket right there, but but Adopted's medic goes down 2 under, got caught up in a corner. Some big plays are right there happening in lobby. An interesting decision right there. Not sure who decided to engage first, but regardless, both medics left dead, and not a whole lot happened.
It looked like the soldier for Adopted just kind of jumped onto the medic and was like, "Crits, go!" It did not hit that first shot, so we're going to get some exchanges. The scattergun, I want to say Korax maybe, coming around and taking down under. But again, positioning is kind of strange from these two teams right now. Blue is finally coming back. They do have a sniper, does take down pockets. That's going to stall out the push, but we are just going to get a crits cycle here. Actually, both teams still on crits. Let's double check that.
Missa is still on crits, yes, and holding pretty aggressively right there. They also have somebody on balcony, and what do we got going? Yeah, Adopted is still on crits as well.
Ooh, so we'll try to see if Missa gets the super aggressive demo play with Arch, and if they come out of River. They should know that they're in River right now, maybe, but they have a very small window of opportunity. It's all about who's going to make the first move.
Looks like we have both charges ready to go. We're going to have another engagement in lobby. Oh my god. Oh, velocity just going huge right there. Nobody can escape those crit rockets. Taking down Adopted's medic and Demo Man. But there's a back gap going on. Oh. What a play right there from Adopted. They had both scouts, I think, coming back while that was engaged. Well, both combos were engaged in lobby right there, exchanging those crits. Wow. What do you got to say about that, Shredder?
I thought that was incredibly unexpected. I saw when Velocity hit his nice crit rocket onto both the medic and the demo. They were surely going to take that, but I failed to account for that scout combo coming in and getting the back cap. On this next mid-fight, Under's down very early, so there's going to be no heals for Adopted. It'll be hard for them to take it, but they are getting nice damage out. Health for RuneScape, not great. Missa is still up. Missa is still the last one up, and surely going to be chased down here. Is anyone chasing? No, Missa is going to be able to get out with that 45% crits. But Under right now, we'll try to see what minigun he chooses to use. Adopted does take the midpoint.
Under came up as Pyro. Okay, no. All right, he's just getting those
Waiting for
forward
the
spawns.
spawn.
Oh my god, that would have been a difference. That anyway, we do have the second point being capped relatively fast there by Adopted.
Under also on crits, so we're gonna get some more crits action going on here. It's gonna be shocking.
But you can bet though, RuneScape now is going to be watching their back though, even if they do decide to pop that crits in lobby. Somebody's going to be back on the point, watching for that sneaky scout cap that we saw last time. Once bitten, twice shy for sure. They do have this crits ready to go, so we'll see if they pop out,
It's
and
used.
they do. Oh, and down goes Knight, down goes Under. Nobody left alive except Specduck for the Adopted team. Where even is he?
Spectate's on Riverside 1v1ing another soldier, but it looked like he kind of wanted to go Under to try to get another backpack, but he is getting stalled out by 2 scouts and a soldier here. He will go down. There he goes.
And meanwhile, Blue
point
able
goes
to
back.
push out. Yeah, so nice execution right there from RuneScape. Able to get those first key rockets, taking down Under, absolutely essential right there, and they got everything done that they needed to. We'll see if they can continue this momentum and push on to mid. Remember, it is 4-0. RuneScape is at quite the loss, so they have to have a huge couple next rounds if they want to come back from this.
Korax being taken down with both meds still on crits. Let's see if Missa can make anything happen with the demo from... Oh, actually, no. Under's on regular Uber.
Missa did pop that crits on the soldier. No, it's an air shot kind of. A Knight who is basically on Velocity's head will be able to clear up the point, and in comes RuneScape for that cap on mid.
I'm just going to back out and build with a scout buddy, but they lose mid. They're probably going to lose second 2 off of this. Unless they did get all the spawns, so they did get the forward spawns. They should defend this, I guess.
Oh, and all of Blue is in choke right now, just being spammed from Specdak, who is on top. He did go down to some nice stickies right there. And in comes a bomb from the soldier. Polar gets taken out mid-air, Midnight with a sweet air shot right there. Defending his medic. The Uber was popped and forced on Adopted. They're not going to be able to use it to push onto mid, but they don't care. They're just going to try for a soft push as Midnight trying to get in behind, and that push actually abandoned for Adopted.
Yeah, and now Missa's going to have the Crits Krieg ready. They're going to try to make a big push in through this choke door, but they're going to need to be sure to spot out where the actual medic is. Spectek going big, just jumping in. Does take down Missa. So that is a huge loss and a great play from Spectek, the roamer, dropping that Crits Krieg. Looks like second's actually going to go down to RuneScape anyway. There are only 2 up, probably smart play not to contest. But with Under at about 50% Uber, it should be realistic that they hold it at the very least. Looks like Pocket's also sniping, so we'll keep an eye out for that.
That is always fun. Interesting, Under had his crossbow out, and now he's getting those heals. We'll see. Missa just coming up right now. Gotta check on that med again, obviously, but she had no one to heal for a while, so she is on that crits, it seems, but has quite a bit of time to make up for. And I could feasibly see Red pushing out here, considering they had this huge Uber advantage. I don't know. What do you want to think? What do you think?
I don't think Gully Wash is exactly a map that you can really push out of. It's so hard to push out when you have no picks. They might be able to send someone in like right now to try to get some sort of pick and then have respawn by the time Blue pushes, but they're really missing their window of opportunity here as Misses already at 75% crits. Looks like they're making the safe play and just staying back, making sure that they will have that Uber. It'll be a nice little 6-on-6. And as long as Under has good reflexes and pops that Uber in response to the crit stickies, they should all be fine.
Definitely the safer play. And when you're at 4-0, why risk anything? They're actually going to pop first. So here we go. The pop coming into lobby, taking down Polar. Can they figure out where the medic is before those crits gets off? Oh, and down goes Missa right there. It is a drop. And Midnight just going huge. Does take down Arch right there. In comes the medic trying to go for the Uber saw, but still alive. No, Under goes down. Velocity. I was very surprised at that medic charging him. But a lot of players for Adopted went down right there, including their medic. We'll see if they will be able to defend this last point. It looks like nobody from RuneScape is up, and yeah, interesting. That was interesting.
Uber out, knowing that they had the crits and not pushing beforehand. I'm not really sure what they were thinking there, but it did work out for them. To some extent, they did kind of nullify that crits, but I mean, with Missa building crits pretty quickly now, Missa will have a tiny window of opportunity to actually be able to come in and take down Under, who will not have Uber in time. So maybe this will have worked out for RuneScape for the better.
We do have a sniper and sniper action. Polar has gone sniper and takes down his opposing sniper. Pockets right there. So a nice pick right there, because we also do have Spec Deck on heavy. Where is he positioned is the question. He's actually down by the point as well, and River doesn't have those overheals, so that's one thing we haven't seen, that truly overhealed heavy has just not been so as dominant as he could be on these last defenses.
And Missa does finally have crits, but Arch drops to a sticky trap, so you can't really push in with crits without a demo. They might be doing it anyway. They are taking the soldier in, killing Knight immediately. Let's see what else they can make happen. They get pockets and arcs in, but the Uber is popped out of Under. Hopefully, Under, Spec Deck, and Midnight will be able to clean up the remaining players of RuneScape. Ooh, Under does go down. Ooh!
Double pick right there. Oh my goodness, the heavy is going crazy trying to get the scout, and he's not able to do so. Koza with those dodging skills that I was talking about earlier, just amazing. The heavy could not do anything. Spec Deck was just... oh my goodness, it was hilarious. But there we go. So RuneScape coming back finally with a round win here. So we are 4-1.
Alright, well, while we wait for the teams to get back out, Blue Scouts actually come out very quickly. So it looks like Blue took the point incredibly fast. We do get some red aggression from the Soldier Spec Deck up on... oh, it's Midnight up on top. The counter jumps coming in from the Blue Soldiers. Blue is really caught out in this choke area. They are going to get spammed out. And yeah, Red's going to take the point. They did lose 2. Missa's still on crits, it looks like, by the way she's building, and they should be able to push back in with this crits advantage. But they have to do it really quick before Ender gets that Uber.
Yeah, this could be game changer, but they have to, I would say, just do it now. See what you can't get, as you know that Red is got to be around this choke area. Yeah, really, Under is not in any position to be defended right here. Finally does have that Uber, so... oh! Just as I was about to say, he's probably going to be able to get that pop off. He does not, but Midnight comes in and cleans up Missa, Koza, Arch, and Korax. What? Actually, it was Pockets right there who got that last pick, but what could have been huge for RuneScape turns out to be horrible. What just happened right there?
I don't even know how... what? So the crit sticky came in flying very low through choke, drops Under, but then Midnight just coming through and just shooting everything, killing everything. That was really crazy.
Absolutely amazing plays out from Adopted. RuneScape has got to be feeling just so demoralized right now, because that was the perfect execution of that crits, doing exactly what they needed to do, get that medic drop. But they were just so intent on getting that crits off perfectly that they forgot that they're not invulnerable. That's the things with crits. So learned a lesson there, but I'm actually pretty surprised Missa is still on this crits. I would, after that sort of drop, I don't know. They're actually going to push out now with this crits. Coming from Lobby, Velocity getting 2k right there. Under has gotten away alive, but hey, it doesn't really matter. They're taking a lot of positioning right here.
Yeah, their combo's already pushing up back the trick. They haven't even capped 2. There it goes. But it looks like this one is actually going to go back probably to Adopted. They do have this Uber advantage up against the crits. We'll try to see if they can make some big bomb coming in from the blue roamer. He does get taken down. Actually, that was the pocket, that was Velocity. Watching to see what develops.
Kind of a back cap going on. Who there was on second right there? It looks like that was Knight, the scout, just trying to get some distraction action going on there, and definitely succeeded, but went down to Needles from Missa. We'll see if that did anything for Red, and they're going to be pushing in right here with this Uber coming through choke. Uber is tossed around a little bit, and that heavy is going to be quite the barrier to getting through, doing a nice job blocking, but Red keeps most of their players alive, did lose arcs in their demo, however Missa went down, so RuneScape not in a good position.
Yeah, and it looks like Adopted should be able to come in here, unless, there we go, Under goes down to Velocity, getting a big med pick that might be able to save the round a little bit. I don't know if they're going to get enough spawns. It looks like, who is this, Midnight just jumping in, the rest of the scouts swarming in for Red Team, but they are going to back up a little bit as that heavy comes out of spawn, guns blazing. So we will even... Missa, is she still on Kritzkrieg? I'm not sure about how I feel about that defensive Kritzkrieg. Maybe she didn't swap, maybe she has some extra strategy going on here. I probably would have switched to Uber at this point.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. But Again, these are newbies. They're still experimenting with strategies and things that work for them. So they've had some good crits attempts and good crits deployments that have worked, but we'll see. Meanwhile, nice headshot coming down from Koza, take out Arcs and the Demo Man. As Red is now losing quite a few players, Velocity coming in through lobby, taking down Deck, or Spec Deck, who was engaged right there, and looks like Blue is pushing out with no advantage at all. They are finally just now getting this crits and don't even need to pop it, as everybody seems to be falling back to mid for the red team.
There we go, long distance crit. Sticky's the first one gets caught on the top. No crit damage coming out yet. And the crit finally wears off. Under almost has his only polar and velocity up. It's going to be very hard for them to keep it as the back half is initiated. I don't even know who is there, but they're going to have to hustle back to get it.
Oh my god, it was Knight, and he took down Polar, who was a spun up heavy. Oh my goodness, that's a complete wiper for RuneScape. They're getting some respawns right now. It's in fact 4 of them. We'll see if Knight's able to get a quick cap on that, but he sees the entire team. Falls back, here comes the Uber from his team. A huge air shot, RuneScape Medic going down in the air. Oh, Misso going out right there. We'll see if Adopted can take advantage of that huge pick, and they will push in and end the game on a super high note right there.
That is the game. Wow, brilliant play out of everyone on that Adopted team. That is the game, and we are all set for our grand finals. We have our 2 teams. They're going to be the Brazilian team, Heavenly Touch, and the team you see right here, I Am Very Adopted. So look forward to that. That is coming next. I am Shredder, and this is Kip. And are we going to take a break? I think we're going to take a break.
I hope so. I need some water. But, yeah, so fantastic match right there. Well, we just keep talking until we get confirmation about that break. Name your MVP.
For me, the MVP, of course, it has to be Midnight, especially just the 4K to nullify the whole crits Uber drop, and then also that air shot at the end was just gorgeous. Plus, Midnight's a good friend of mine, so I have to give it to him. What about you?
You know what? Even with that bias, I understand that pick, and I think I'd actually have to second that Midnight had a great match right there. Some really nice work coming down. But the cohesion, like you were talking about, the team cohesion was definitely there, and that's not one thing that you can place on just one person. So I think the team as a whole definitely looked very, very strong, and I cannot wait for this final coming up soon.
I'm so excited. Badlands is a great map. We'll try to get that underway quickly. Kaneko is saying we are going to take a break, which is great. I need some water. I'm pretty tired. But we will bring you the action very soon. And once again, props to Ducky for streaming continuously this and the EU Cup. It's a way to go, Ducky. The underappreciated cameraman of the world.
Yeah, and while we're taking this break, definitely take the time to spam all your friends. Tell them, why aren't you watching the Newbies Cup finals, which are happening in just a few minutes. And then also check out Comp.tf for all your competitive TF2 questions. But we'll be right back after the break. Enjoy the music.